Welcome all to the Trinity TechCast. This is episode 151. We are recording on the 8th of March 2026. I just realized that last week we said it, but it only hit me. It's 3 back-to-back long weekends starting from next week Friday. That's the 20th, 21st, 22nd. That is one long weekend.
Yep.
28, 29, 30th. That's another long weekend. And then the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah.
Die wildness. Public servants.
So I should take the 31st first and the 2nd off then.
31st, first, and the 2nd. Yeah, that's the sweet spot for most public servants right now. Everybody watching that 31st, first, and 2nd. Nobody going to work. Because you leaving work on Friday the 27th and then going back to work on the 6th of April. If you take them 3 days.
No, the 7th. The 6th is the
7th, yeah. That wild. That real wild.
Let me go apply for that now.
If everyone else didn't apply for it already. Skeleton stuff, like basically Christmas. If you're going anywhere to do anything, any public service stuff in that week, tell yourself nobody go be in our office, because I heard the rumors. The rumor mill is buzzing. Everybody's in. But it's not going to make any difference to me, because that is smack dab in the middle of vacation for teachers. So our first week of vacation is that long weekend has nothing to do with our life. But hey, I can't complain. I'll never complain. My name is Andre Charles, at Make It Simple TT on the internet, and I do this for fun. I'm a teacher by trade, but podcasting is like a joyous thing that we've done. The fact that we've reached 100.
What you're saying is you don't make money from this, like influencers. Is not influencer. Is not viable.
Not one red. Okay, we've made money once. Okay, twice in 151 episodes. If you were to divide out the amount of money that we made per episode by 151, it'll probably be like, just tell them who you are, Akim, while I do the maths.
Yeah, Akim there from Redbit Tech. You could find on Redbit Tech. You could find the podcast clips on Redbit Tech. Anything else? I'm not too sure.
And Michaela, tell them who you are.
I am Michaela. You can find me on Instagram. Yeah. Oh yes. What do I do, boy? I do any and everything. Cybersecurity, swimming instructing. As anything.
All right, cool. Right. If I were to divide out the amount of money that the podcast has ever made over the 151 episodes, we've made $46 an episode. TT.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I was thinking that's some sense.
I really thought it was sense too, but I realized big up Canto. Yeah, $46. Okay. All right. That's not that bad actually. That $46 reminds me of the 67 subscribers that we have on YouTube now. Up from 60. Last time I checked it was 60, and now I'm seeing 67. I was like, wait, 7 more people subscribe. And then random people on LinkedIn, and then listeners on Spotify, Apple, the audio version of the podcast. It kind of it's stay the same, it's consistent. Like 40-something people.
Yeah, but you keep neglecting us.
The Apple login.
Yeah, which is probably double that.
I would check one time. Yeah, I had to use my Face ID to log into that, because I had to use a passkey, because they don't want to use 2-factor authentication like regular human beings. But we have to talk about Apple today before we reach to that stage. Let's talk about how techie you were this week. All right, let me see. Akim, you go first, Michaela, you go first, because you probably did something techie, and Akim was just
techie thing for the week. I did some Wi-Fi pen testing. Yeah, Yeah,
Hey.
Wi-Fi pen test in Falklands. Yeah.
You ever like had the desire to get a Flipper Zero?
I had the desire in the sense that, wow, it will seem cool to do, but I'm not going through all the effort to set it up, really and truly. I have so much other things to do.
I am starting to get a Flipper Zero kind of desire, like slightly like when vacation comes for July, August, I have a little, like side quest time. And I think like 1 year it was 3D printing. Another year it was like vibe coding stuff. But vibe coding is like kind of like my lifestyle now. But if I get a Flipper Zero, I think I could put a good few like hours behind it and turn it into a hacking machine and just do things for fun. For science, not just for science. Yeah. Okay.
I think so, yeah,
I just say pen testing, I was asking. Do you think it'll be part of your job anytime soon to have to use a device like that?
A Flipper Zero, nah. But like we have other tools that we use depending on the test.
Oh, okay. That's quite cool, Yeah, I'm glad to know that you get to do that for fun on a daily basis. Well, that's part of your job. Like to send out a mass phishing email and like show everybody. I would have dreamed of that when I was in school. I would have dreamed of that. And now you get to live that life. Anyhow, not me gushing about your job. Akim.
Nothing special.
You see, he had that look on his face. All that man doing is just making money and watching his daughter grow up. That is what he's doing.
I say nothing special. Like doing my day-to-day job. I don't really count that as techie because that's like a job.
That's your job. I get it.
I think like extracurricular activities outside your job.
What did I do? Or robotics? Oh no! I teaching the children in school how to vibe code. So I started a coding club in school, and there are a lot of interesting students because I showed them how to create a Roblox game with Gemini right in front of their eyes, and they were like, the audiences be like, whoa, and then started clap. It was literally like that. They was like, whoa, and I was like, okay, well, anybody tell me what to put inside, and it's like, sir, put goats inside it, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll put some goats, and I say, please put in some goats, and then I want to make another game like Tetris or something. And when I came back to the other one, and they saw the goats jumping around, they was like, wow, yeah, that's exactly what happened. And now a whole set of them want to learn to vibe code, and they come in thinking that they're going to make Roblox. And I'd be like, no, you're not going to make Roblox. You're going to learn to make like simple web apps. And it's like, so I'll learn to hack Roblox after. I think I should not use Roblox as the selling point. But I knew exactly what I was doing because I know them playing Roblox like water. Yeah. So if I use Roblox as a hook, they would want to know. So yeah, it's a catch-22. Now I'll get one set of people thinking that they can make Roblox and they'll get vexed with the computer and be like, I set them up, which probably I did. But hey.
I remember I actually do something. So this weekend was my grandmother's 80th birthday. So I went to her 80th birthday party and I had to set up. She got a Samsung Galaxy 11, some Samsung Galaxy tablet, and I had to set it up for her. And that was like the first time in my life I set it up my Android device.
Oh wow.
First time?
Yep.
And how did that go?
So yeah, I mean it was kind of similar to setting up like an Apple device, but if I had to compare, I would say it was probably overall a better experience. And it was probably a better experience because of how it integrated with Google and all of that. It was probably a better experience. But yeah, it was actually my first time setting up a Samsung device. So like an Android device, yeah.
Well, my internet was doing anything that is normally do on a Sunday night, so I'll trust that what you said was very fruitful, and I'll listen to it in post. If I didn't realize I froze just now, but
no, I didn't realize. Yeah.
Okay, I promise I'll figure out this internet thing very soon. The Health Ministry approved the drug database contactless payments and is up, and MacBooks are cheap now. Okay, first one. Health Ministry approves a drug database. It's not a drug database, but it's actually pharmaceutical drugs. And there is a website. The website has a lot of drugs listed. But we want to talk about the actual website issues that happens when the government puts up a website. And we'll investigate the website to see if it's working properly first. And then we'll probably talk through some of the past websites that the government had that may or may not be up still. And that's our first story. Next one is contactless payments up for the Carnival season. Visa said that it went up by 30%. So we'll talk through that and see what implications that may have for us as a society that is trying to be more digital and cashless. And international, because we have to do the two local and one international. Internationally, MacBooks are cheap now. And that may be a good thing, but it also may be a bad thing. It could be either way, so we'll discuss that and see. Seeing that Akeem just set up a Galaxy S phone for the first time in his life.
Tablet.
As a tablet. And that's crazy still, but let's just roll with it. All right, so on to the first thing. Ministry approved drug database. Right now you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know anyone, any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out at 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of. That will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. Public gains access to drug database, so it's a public website. Citizens can now check whether medication is legally approved in Trinidad and Tobago following the launch of the Ministry of Health's Regulated Medicines and Substances portal, an online database listing more than 10,000 registered drugs. The platform allows members of the public, pharmacists, importers, and other stakeholders to search for approved medicines and substances and view details such as registered drug name, manufacturer, and regulatory category. Categories include antibiotics, narcotics, controlled substances, third scheduled drugs, veterinary products, and non-prescription medicines. So here's the problem I have with like Express and Guardian. They don't put a link to anything, and I don't know why they don't put hyperlinks in their articles. Like if there is a drug database, then you can view the drug database by clicking here. It's kind of straightforward, but I don't know why they just don't do that. Is there any reason why they don't put links in no, every other website does have links. Yeah. Anyhow, I have to go and search for it for myself. Here is the said drug database. Tell me what you think. Search database.
Sorry. Okay.
First of all, it's mobile up. That's how we take up the third. You see in the top there. iGov is iGov TT. Yeah.
Yeah.
So iGov TT. It's mobile optimized. You can clearly see it's a WordPress website because you could see the what's called that thing? Yeah, the crumbs. And then there's a search portal, right? So I searched for Panadol and got 53 results. How much versions of Panadol are there?
A lot. There are a lot of versions of Panadol.
Panadol Advance, Panadol Joints Prolonged Release, Panadol Ultra, Panadol Strength Panadol, Baby Panadol Solution, Children Panadol.
These are drugs that only within our local market.
I don't know if they will just be the approved drugs. They have one that made in Costa Rica, next one made in Ireland, and next one made in
Search for
Panama.
children's Motrin.
Children's Motrin. I don't know if that'll work out or not. Let me see. Searching registry. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't get that here.
Nice. Look for Adderall.
Let me look for Motrin alone and see if Motrin will come up.
Yeah,
children's Motrin cold oral suspension original berry flavor.
So why didn't searching children's Motrin come out? Maybe
you're totally correct. Maybe after putting capitals, if that happened, that's children's, right? That's correct, right?
Yeah.
That's what correct, yeah?
Yeah.
Children's Motrin. Nothing.
take off the apostrophe S. Take off the apostrophe S.
Oh, because in the database they probably wouldn't have the
Yeah, but
nope, nothing still, no.
Take off the S and capitalize the M.
Children Motrin. Alright. This is not how I planned this to go. Look, yeah, find it.
Yeah.
Okay, why would that happen?
Why is it case and common C and common M?
Common C, common M. This is like a test plan. This is what you do when you have to test a database. Yeah, common C and common M working.
So is the apostrophe S started?
Okay. Let's see if I put children. Children will just show, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, children show anything with children. Okay.
But yeah, no apostrophe S.
What you say to look for, Miguel?
Adderall.
ADROL?
No, I think it's ADDERAL, some so.
Adder, okay.
Right.
I've never used Adderall in my life.
I think is it
Adderall,
one
Adderall
L, two L's?
Nothing.
That's ADHD.
Anxiety?
No, that's ADHD.
Oh.
Adderall. I saw Adderall. ADD.
Well then.
Right. ADDERALL. So double D, double L.
I think they should take into consideration poor spelling too. Adderall didn't come up.
Well, yes, it's not sold in Trinidad. Consider is.
Spell consider.
No.
That's it?
CONCERTA. She plays the S with a C.
All right, for those of you all that are listening, we're trying to search for different things in the database to see how the database responds to our searches. And so far, we realized that apostrophe S for children was working.
Nice. So it says nice. Consider is also for ADHD, so it's a control drug.
Oh, okay. So the database, it responded pretty quickly. Everything that we search for, will tell you that it's searching a database. It says that it's searching, and then we're like, all right, cool. It worked. This is supposed to help. This is supposed to help pharmacists, and according to the article, which says what is for? Together, we must ensure that the drug database remains an active tool responsive to the evolving needs of our health sector and protective of the trust placed in us by the citizens and our stakeholders. This launch is not just about technology, it's about confidence, transparency, and partnership.
So, yeah. Could you go back on the site and actually click on one of the items? Like, if you click on it, more details.
Not one thing happens. I don't even need to demonstrate that. Not a thing. Nope.
So, it just giving it the name of the drug and yeah, and like when you hover over it, you see it having the blue shadow background or whatever it is, but you can't click on anything. Not a piece of it is clickable. Scroll up. Scroll up a little bit. Yeah, so
there's a
FAQ
that has how to read it.
FAQ.
Yeah, on one of the other pages. I think the home page.
Yeah, the home page has what going on with the home page?
The home page under regulated Mercedes link, and I scroll down all the way. It has how to read it, how to read the drug database. Send it in the stream chat.
I went to home and it does okay. It kind of I went back to the homepage and it didn't respond properly, but okay. Yes, this portal is intended for informational purposes only, and members of the public are strongly advised to consult a qualified notice. Blah, blah, blah. Key terms explained. Where you see how to search a database. Frequently asked questions.
The last one.
How to read the drug database. Oh, okay. Product description, name of manufacturer, and condition of sale. Okay.
That is not a product description. It's just the name of the product. Because if it was a description, I'd tell you, give you more details.
That is true. Okay. And it's updated regularly.
That's what I was thinking of that. Give you like a description of the drug, like.
I guess you had to consult a physician for that, boy.
Or you could Google it.
Probably.
Well, no,
probably.
it's to see. I guess it's to see if it's actually sold in Trinidad, because some pharmacies will tell you not, this isn't sold in Trinidad, and then another pharmacy will be like, yeah, it's sold here.
And then you will jump on your phone and be like, no, this is sold in Trinidad. But this is telling you that if it's legal in Trinidad, if it's acceptable. If it's approved for use. So if the pharmacy tell you that it's not approved for use, then you could say, no. My government created a website that tells me that it is approved for use. But the FAQs also say, does the inclusion of a drug in the database mean it's approved for importation or sale? Yes. However, for antibiotics, narcotics, and controlled drugs, all regulatory requirements are issued separately by the arms of the Ministry of Health. Well, that was good for them. I guess the database working. They have the FAQs, it laid out nice, and some of the issues that we normally have at the websites that we always see, Akeem, which is like no certificate and those sort of things. We didn't bounce that up here, and that's good.
Because it new. Because it new.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, talking about like the website you was looking at before we come on.
The sex offenders registry, right? Okay, what's the URL for it? Because I just Google it and it sent me to our Facebook page.
That's not...
put it in the StreamYard chat and let me see if I can find it, because I don't want to click like Google not even.
I thought I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, I want to share it because what we're trying to do is we're trying to show that these websites are nice and cool and they get things done until they decide that the website not important anymore and nobody going to pay attention to it, and you get something like this. This is what happens when you don't pay attention. Your connection is not private, so that means it don't have HTTPS. It's not secure.
It does, but the
certificate is expired. Yeah, certificate most likely expired. The security certificate expired 229 days ago. How long this government in power? That sounds oddly specific. Is almost 365 days.
How much? 239?
229. Yeah. That's basically right after this new government came in power.
Tuesday, the 22nd of July.
All right, yeah. And elections also on April? May?
Yep.
April?
Yep.
Yeah. So, 2 months later, the certificate expired and nobody checked on it because now the website says temporarily offline. The website is currently unavailable. Please check back soon. Try again later. So they used to have this sex offenders website that you should be able to go to and vet if anybody is on that website, whether they're going to be like a driver or they're going to be a coach or sports or whatever it is, or teaching or anything like that. And that's supposed to guide you because most countries, most developed countries, of course, would have that. And that's part of the law because you have the right to know, to look up somebody and see if they're there. And this drug database, it's nice, but will it be there in 4 years? Provided the government doesn't change. If the government does change, do you think it will be there? I don't think so. There will be no reason to maintain this because the value added proposition of this, I think, is less than the sex offenders website. And well, that sex offenders website get shafted. So
here was the condition for this to still be on the next. Well, let's say the government change.
Yeah.
And let's say if this project was a project that the previous government started, then that's how they would probably continue it. Like, if it started.
Yes. Oh, so if it was a spillover from the previous government,
and
almost a year later.
Change.
Doubt it. I don't. If it was a spillover, like things that spilled over from the previous government would have been things like whoa. What technological thing made it over, boy? I feel Anansi.
I feel Anansi, yeah.
Yeah, Anansi would have been on the previous government's radar. because it would have taken some time to put that in place, and iGov would have been most likely putting that because AI would have started to boom in while the red government was in power. And Anansi was just something that they just had to continue with iGov. But the yellow one, I think, what else did they stop? Something else, some other technological thing got the boot, but I cannot remember. Oh, all the social media accounts. The social media accounts got nuked and they changed the names to all of them. And all of the old posts, they just delete all. Okay, I don't know if it's all they delete, but there are certain ministries I used to follow. They literally nuked them, changed the name, and just started posting fresh stuff. And that was like, oh, come on, man, come on, like, oh gosh, you can't take away the previous post. That was information too.
Like, because technically you're supposed to like archive it, and
yeah,
but I guess
I don't know what the rules for social media are, but we really know the rules of social media. All right, so my prediction is that this database is not going to be there if the government changes, because there is no need to maintain it, and the other government will say it was a waste of resources. Maybe if it changes. If it does stay up, I guess pharmaceutical companies will have a chance, because I'm not in a medical field where this like applies to me a lot. Like my children don't like have any conditions where they have to be getting certain medicines, and I need to check and make sure and all those kind of things. But I know there are people who are in those positions and this might benefit them. If they will use it, I don't know. Like, for any time you go on the website and you put children's with apostrophe S and you put Panadol and it don't come up, you'll be like, this website not working because children's Panadol all over the place, which is the first thing that we noticed by mistake. I wasn't planning to do that, but I don't know. You know anybody that will, like, it will matter to?
Nah, not really.
I can't see anybody, but as a grown man, there most likely are people out there that I would have bounced up that have the need to pay attention to the drugs that are available for their children. So that's cool.
But like in most cases, people will just go with what the doctor prescribed. They're not going to like go out of the box.
Well, the doctor will prescribe it, and then they will have to go to either the dispensary in the hospital, which should have the drugs for free. Most of the time they don't have it. Then you have to go to a private pharmacy and try to buy it there. And if you don't have insurance, then you have to pay a lot of money to get like the tablets, because some tablets will be like $40 for one and some kind of thing like that. And people usually complain about those things and why the public hospitals don't have the medicine in stock. If you do have insurance, the insurance will cover the price of some of the medication. I did experience that once with a situation with one of my family members, where they were supposed to have the tablets in the hospital for free. And it was a public doctor's prescription. They said, go to the dispensary and give them this. And the dispensary was like, we didn't have that for two years. Best you go and check that pharmacy up the road, and they will give you the name of the pharmacy. You go by that pharmacy, and the pharmacy will say, no, we don't have this, or we don't have that. And I experienced that once. But I never experienced that is not an approved drug.
Yeah, so like... Yeah, now thinking, what's the use case for this? Like,
well,
like a regular person.
No, not necessarily a regular person, but like, say doctors, psychiatrists, and whatnot. Because, well, for me, for ADHD, there are various medications you could take. Adderall, I don't think is even sold in Trinidad. Concerta is technically sold, but only by one specific manufacturer. So you have to go specifically by them to get it. So if you can't get by them, there's another version of the same drug that, like, I looked for that version of the drug, and that version of the drug is listed as class 3, but then the other version of the drug is just a controlled substance. And it's like, okay. So it's all kind of bacchanal. You see when you get into the really, really niche medication? Yeah. I understand what you're saying with the niche medication, because
I had a work colleague who had to get niche medication, and they came to me to ask me if I could order it and bring it in. And I was like, bro, that was gonna get confiscated so fast. Yep. I wouldn't even know when it reached Trinidad because they wouldn't even log it. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, well, medicine is not something you just order just like that. It's not it have like things that are banned. I guess this website would have helped at that point in time when we could have checked and see if it could come in the country or not. And then if the customs take it, we could go on the website and tell them, no, it's allowed. Please release my medicine. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. That sounds like it's workable. But well done on putting up a database. Good stuff. There was a point in time where we did not think this was possible for the government to do. Like, we always used to be like, it's easy to just create a database. It's literally SQL, MySQL, and a plugin on WordPress. And you could like link the two, like WordPress itself is a database. And so that's good to know. Good to know that we are there. Good to know that we are there.
That apostrophe thing is probably them trying to be secure. What ways call it?
Injection?
SQL.
SQL injection, yeah.
But yeah, ways to allow it.
Now with our WordPress plugin, the WordPress plugin is really good and try to get big set of security. If you like you're coding the database for yourself, then you could put in all that security. If you're putting it in the if you put it in the JavaScript for the database, but with our WordPress plugin, especially if you're using the free version, then it no SQL injection mitigation inside there. Michaela will get inside that database so easy and delete everything. No, she'll make Adderall available.
No. That different type of illegal. That's a whole different type of illegal. I good.
Hey, all right. Let's talk about contactless payments. Carnival people was tapping to pay a lot, and we find out if Michaela did. Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you could check us out, 308-8799. You could check our services out. Or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done. And maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. According to Visa, contactless payments went up 30% from last year. So that means if we do the maths properly, if 100 people did contactless payments last year, 130 did it this year, mathematically speaking. So digital payments provider Visa has announced that contactless transactions made with all Visa payment methods during Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago from February 17th to 16th increased 30% compared to last year's event. Digital payments have entered a sustained growth phase in Trinidad and Tobago, fundamentally transforming how locals and visitors experience major cultural celebrations, Visa Trinidad and Tobago said in a release in its from its Port of Spain office yesterday. And yeah, all the other stuff. Yeah. Here's what it said. With contactless transactions increasing significantly year over year, it is clear that both locals and tourists are embracing the convenience, speed, and security of contactless payments. This is good. I am so happy that this is a thing. The reason I'm so happy is because I've physically seen or noticed more people taking their card and tapping it whenever they're doing something. My reference point is a chicken depot, right? Hear me out. When I go in to buy eggs, right? I just buy it fresh from the chicken depot because the eggs in the grocery, I don't really trust too much now because it's been there for a while, right? The ones I get by the chicken depot, I know that just come out of chicken probably like a few days ago, right? So, long story short, whenever I go there, I using my card. Well, I start to use my phone now, right? And their machine was not, the tap to pay wasn't working, so I had to put in my card and put in the pin. But they know me so good that when the machine actually started working, they were like, hey, you could tap now, you know. And I was like, for real? Because they knew that I was the one that used to tap. Everybody else was paying with cash. But when I go by the Chicken Depot now, I see more people using the Lynx machine and they just tap in their card without putting it in. That's my one use case that I know for sure that I've seen. But I've also seen, more people paying by the pump. I've noticed it more. But you see the people that are paying by the pump, they're very, very, at least the ones that I saw, they just go real close and just look around and thing. And they're checking to see if anybody watching them putting the pin and all kind of thing. And I'll be like, all right, you do you. I guess once you realize that you could pay at the pump.
I have a confession to make. I stopped paying at the pump probably a year now.
Why?
Because, I don't know, it's just me with a little quirk in terms of my budget and whatever. Like every week I know how to spend, I know my card has taken a certain amount of money every week. Like say $350 to fill up every week. So I like to just go and pay the money so I get the exact amount done that's paying at the pump. And I don't know. I just like to
you pay the pump with credit card. Oh.
Yeah.
I had to get back my point somehow. I had to get something back from that credit card. But if you just squeeze the pump until it reaches 350, you don't want to do that.
But then you just try to go until it's full. Like, you know, it can't take any more.
Yeah.
But I like to be like, okay, 350.
Okay, so for budgetary reasons, you walking inside or you're going in the line and you will tell them 350 on pump 5. And whenever 350 reach. Well, I understand that convenience of, because if you have to wait for the pump to thing, I don't know. I just fill up. I just know. I need my thankful and whatever the budget has to do to get that to work, that is a necessity. And there are very few times that I would have that would go over budget on diesel because I just drive the same way every single week. And if I go off course, I will know because I'll be like, wait, how come I had to fill up on Friday instead of Sunday? Oh yes, I make that run up for this person or that kind of thing. And then I will know why, because that person was important enough for me to go off course. But yeah, paying at the pump. So in contactless transactions, the only person we could ask who was on the road is Michaela. You walk with your card?
I didn't walk with any money on the road. I think I probably walked with like $20 for Carnival.
Because everything was all inclusive and you had the cooler trailer and all the thing.
So people don't walk with like Vex money and thing no more?
Well, yeah, the $20 was the Vex money.
$20.
That was the Vex money?
That could pay for it to reach home?
I don't know. I don't travel.
Well, that's the point of Vex money. Like, okay,
well, I have my car. But I came with my vehicle.
She have a Vex car. It's no Vex money.
Exactly. I have a Vex car. Everybody else in the car had to make sure they have their Vex money. Cause I know I will be driving home. You know, boy.
That $20 is to buy a bottle of water if you leave the trailer and you're walking towards the car and you're like, oh shucks, it's 6 o'clock, everything finished, they don't pack up, we need to get the water. That $20 was to buy the bottle of water from the man who had the grocery cart selling the water on the side of the road. Just make sure that the seal not broken. Yeah, that's all.
Literally, that's it.
I guess foreigners will most likely would be walking around with a card because you remember at that time people used to have a fanny pack, a pouch. You know
I think people now
it have the across the chest one. Yeah, the moose.
Mine is over there. My brother, making feel.
All right, bring it to show us how it look because I thinking that you used to have to try to keep your valuables closer to you and keeping your money and your stuff would be important. Let's see it.
This is my merch by Nico Park.
Oh my goodness, it's so bright. That's now the lights. I can't even see it.
It's holographic.
Oh wow.
The camera attached it.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Don't move the camera. It's okay. I got you.
Yeah, so
that strap across your chest.
Yeah, so it has 3 different straps. So you could use one strap like this. You could use 2 straps to make it like a thigh or a leg bag.
Oh,
Or
okay.
you could use the longest strap to make it kind of crossbody. But 3/4 of the time, people just wear it like this because it don't bounce in the way as opposed to if it was crossbody.
It has space for a card, a dedicated space for a card?
It have
Like a purse?
compartments in here. My lip gloss in here.
Oh wow, that
Yeah, it has
was not exactly how it was supposed to go.
compartments in there.
I guess the tie back to last week's topic where we talk about the vendors and them having the contactless payments that were given to them by NPICTT. I think that was the name of it, National Payments, whatever. And because of that, well, it's easy. You just tap. And if you go on Monday and you realize that they have it and you go back out on Tuesday, you'll be like, all right, I carry my card tomorrow. Because you can just tap for those small amounts and not have to put in your PIN. But if it's 3 taps for it and then you have to put in your PIN, I guess they might just...
It depends on the amount you spend.
Yeah.
So you have a limit.
Under
You have a tap
300 or
limit today.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you can't. I think once you spend like I think it's like 2,000 total in tap for the day, you won't be allowed to tap anymore. You'll have to start inserting. I think it's some amount.
Okay, I thought it was 3 taps total. If it was $20, $5, and $200, after the 3rd tap, they would ask you for your PIN. But that's what I thought. But I don't know if it changed because I can't remember.
I don't know. As tapper, plenty in a day.
Oh, okay. All right.
So.
Well,
Yeah.
with my phone, I have not bounced up any limit yet. But last time I used my phone like regularly with Google Pay was in the mall for Christmas, and I just kind of just keep using my phone, tap all the time, and it never say like, all right, too much time to put in your PIN.
So you in tap with your phone since Christmas?
No, in bulk.
Okay.
It would be like one off. But that time when I was in the mall, I think I went to like 6 different stores. Probably spend more than $2,000 for sure.
Christmas shopping.
Yeah. Actually, children shopping. I just kind of like...
Same thing.
Yeah. I was like, what all you want? All right, cool. What? You want this? Okay, cool. What do you want? Yes. And they'd be like, Daddy, I could. And I was like, it's Christmas. Let's just throw all caution to the wind. And then for the rest of the year, I'll tell you no.
I was going to say something, but I wouldn't say it.
Please don't. It's quite all right. Okay, so this happening, it's good from my perspective that the population sees their bank card and the technology that the bank card allows them to use as something that they should take advantage of, and the level of convenience. And if the phobia of using your bank card and not getting scammed is going to go away because of this, I endorse it 100%, because then the next thing that will happen is people will start to trust online banking a little better. And when they start to trust online banking a little more, then we'll become a better digital society. When we become a better digital society, then we'll have more technology being encouraged in our land.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
Yeah, that phobia is why I didn't used to tap. Like I only started paying at the pump maybe last year. Because I grew up in the era of when they was putting card skimmers on when they was putting skimmers on all of the pumps. So I grew up knowing, do not pay at the pump. They're going to scam you. Your card is going to get skimmed. Do not pay at the pump. Whatever you do, don't pay at that pump. But
yeah. But now with the chip, I get you.
Yeah.
You think we starting to get more warming up to Talma Hakim?
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna ask when last we saw a story about card skimming, like in the news. Probably.
Nah, I don't think that.
Nah.
As compared to Facebook Marketplace, getting robbed on Facebook Marketplace, that's the recurring news now. Skimming on the news, I don't think I saw any recently or anywhere close to it. I didn't hear about it in a long time. because of the chip.
Yes. Yeah.
The chip just inherently secure that your car replicate the chip. So that's cool. That's good. I am proud of that. Next year it should go up by 40%, by 50% actually. And also from my perspective, and my business, people have to send online payments all the time. Yeah, a lot less people now starting to go in the bank and deposit the cash. They actually asking for the bank information and they just send in a screenshot and we just verify the payment and accept it. However, there was one time where we got scammed.
That's like an ACH payment.
Yeah, ACH payment, but the person doctored our photo so good. It was almost like it was very, very, very hard for me to pick up where they doctored it. But I ended up seeing like a few pixels off. And I was like, yeah, I feel it's right there. That's what they do. Because they sent us a payment before and they just changed the date. But the date was changed. Perfect font, perfect everything, boy. And I was like, yeah, all right. From now on, if it's not from the original bank that we got it from, we have to wait a day to verify it before we accept it. But that's cool. That's good. And on to Apple. The next MacBook that Akeem is going to buy is an entry-level MacBook. All right, our resident MacBook user, Akeem, is saying that he's not going to buy a MacBook Neo. That's the name of it. So the MacBook Neo is Apple's $599 laptop. It feels shockingly great. It's light on specs according to Engadget. So the base model of this is $599, $499 for educational purposes, because you can clearly see that they're going for education because of the colors and all those different things. The base model of it has a A18 chip, which is a iPhone chip. What?
Wait, they didn't put the Apple logo on it?
These are it just very matte or whatever it is. Yeah. A18 is the chip. That's the chip that is in the latest iPhone, right? And the A series chips will be an iPhone, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Max is BDM.
Yeah, Mac is M series for sure. Yeah. Right, yeah, so it's A, right. Okay. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. If you want the Touch ID, you have to pay $699 instead of $599, and I'll give you 512 gig storage and a Touch ID, but it's still 8 gigs of RAM, and it's working with an A18 Pro mobile chip. And yeah, this is the cheapest MacBook ever. The cheapest one before this was $899 for a MacBook Air with the lowest M series for a MacBook. The lowest M series that came out in that year, so let's say it was M. Right now we're on M5. The lowest price one will be $899, I think, which will be the M5 MacBook Air that has 8 gigs of RAM. So this one, the 8 gigs of RAM on this is a little deceptive because it's 8 gigs of RAM integrated. Mm-hmm. So integrated meaning it's unified. So there is no separation between the CPU and the RAM, so it moves a lot faster. It's basically an iPhone in a laptop case. Guess how much ports there are on it?
2.
You are correct. If you don't include the headphone jack, there's a headphone jack, and then there are 2 USB-C ports. One USB-C is the Thunderbolt version, which is USB-C 3. That's the one that you could put a dongle on and extend the display. And then the next USB-C is just a USB-C 2, which is just...
The charger is MagSafe?
Nope, no MagSafe. Not a MagSafe was found. It's just the USB-C. Let me show you. This is the side view here. One port there, headphone on that side, and not a thing on the other side.
You sure?
So no USB-A?
Nothing on the other side?
Nothing on the other side. But see what I can find. Yeah, look at the other side here. It's smooth.
And I'm sure they're going to sell you a dongle for $85 million.
You could just buy a cheap one on Amazon for like $10.
They say the keyboard is not as premium and the touchpad is not as, what's the word? Clicky?
They don't have the like force touch thing.
Yeah, the touchpad is kind of like mechanical. I'm not too sure what they were talking about. Like your MacBook, the touchpad mechanical? Right.
Had the haptic kind of thing.
All right, well then cool. Yeah, so it's a mechanical touchpad and it clicks. When you click on it, there's no Touch ID unless you buy the higher version, and the keyboard feels like the butterfly keyboard. The butterfly keyboard, remember the one that had problems? Yeah, it feels a bit flimsy. It's almost reminiscent of the old school butterfly keyboards, and it's very colorful.
Compared to, I think, I'm not sure, but I think it might comparable to a Windows PC at that same price point. You might get a better deal, a better performing laptop. What do you think?
Yes, for sure. For $699, you getting 16 gigs of RAM on a Windows laptop for sure, and you'll get an i5. You wouldn't get the i7. We'll get the i7. Battery life, however, this will be better on battery life because it's using the mobile processor. It's using an ARM processor because everything on Mac is an ARM now. So I think they said 13 hours of playback time with a looping YouTube video or something like that. 13 hours is plenty. But Windows laptops with the newer Panther Lake and Lunar Lake processors, they're making in the teens too when it comes to battery life. So it is competitive, very, very competitive. What I want to know is, back in the day when somebody had a MacBook, they used to feel that they were special. Now when somebody has a MacBook, you could be classed as the cheap Mac owner versus the premium Mac owner now. And as a teacher, I seen it coming. I seen it fully coming because they used to do the same thing with iPhones. When somebody had an iPhone,
the colorful one, and like with all the bright and kind of plasticky.
Yes, SE, iPhone SE.
No, not SE.
No,
or something else. You know, I thought like it was like bright blue one.
The only cheap iPhone I know that was purposely made cheap was the iPhone SE, and that was just to give you the old version of the iPhone, like an iPhone 8 case with an updated processor. And when people had that phone, they'd be like, "Why your iPhone only have one camera?" And they'd be like, "Oh wow, I all of a sudden I don't feel like pulling out my iPhone for anybody to see." And if your iPhone has 2 cameras, you're okay. But if your iPhone has 3 cameras, that means you have the Pro. What is it?
That's not. Now keep talking. I'll
okay. Yeah, you're trying to find it.
The iPhone 5C.
Oh,
released in 2015.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a TBT. I remember that. Okay, I don't remember.
The small
yeah.
kind of
Yes.
Google it. iPhone 5C.
Yeah. If you whip out your MacBook Neo in school, they might bully you or something.
Oh yes, I remember this phone. Yeah. Yeah, very cute.
Yeah, if they if this goes on, then MacBook has Apple has entered Michaela, you lagged there for a second. You say you remember something?
Yeah, I remember this iPhone. It was very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. If my son asks for a MacBook, I'll be like, yeah, cool, no problem. I'll get one for you. Easy. Just that you'll have to deal with the 8 gigs of RAM and the iPhone processor, which honestly I don't think it was as bad because when the A series came out, people were raving a lot about the raw processing power of it and the ability to edit videos and all kind of thing on it, and it was scrubbing through 4K footage and all kind of drama, which is cool. It just is not going to be a MacBook that you could use for important stuff. Important stuff meaning intensive things. Because everybody thinks that you want to do media and you want to do video editing and you want to do these things, get a MacBook, which is true. which is by and large a correct assumption because the M series blows everybody else out of the water in terms of rendering time, unless you get a real high-powered Windows machine with a big graphics card. But if you tell yourself you're going to become a video editor and you buy a MacBook Neo, you're setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up. And I don't know if the population will have that delineation of it, that separation of understanding of it. Do you think people will be educated enough to be like, don't get a MacBook Neo if you want to be a video editor, or Apple is going to lose its...
I think the people who want to get into video editing will at least do enough research to know what type of laptop to get or what type of MacBook to get. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think if you have enough money to consider a MacBook, you're not going to do the MacBook Neo. You'll do the MacBook Neo if you think it looks cute or you don't need it to do something intensive. But
what about the people who don't have enough money for a Mac, but they want to have the Mac flair, and they just be like, oh, let me just get the Neo because I want to feel, lack of a better word, rich, because that is a reality of... We're still in that type of society where if you have a Mac, you're considered rich.
If you have a Mac, you're considered rich, but you're considered not necessarily slow. Hear me out, because nothing.
What are you trying to say about me?
Hold on. Wait. Let me finish. Because dog, nothing is run on a Mac. Who actually uses a MacBook? Like, who legitimately wakes up in the morning and like, yeah, I gonna use my MacBook. Let me turn on my MacBook. No. Games can't run. Programs don't install. They can't pirate nothing. I waste everybody's time. It's literally just for show. Literally just to open it and be like, wow, look at my MacBook.
Okay. In Michaela's defense, I agree with her. Now, Akeem is a different kind of human being who knows how to extract usage from a computing device. But everybody that I've ever dealt with a MacBook, where I am their service technician or all them kind of things, I'll be in shock at how little they do with their $16,000 machine.
Exactly.
Like, I see people buy these most spec'd out whatever MacBook, 16 gigs of RAM, whatever, and it's Chrome whole day, whole night, and then the most of them I do is install Zoom, and they'll be like, oh yeah, my Zoom now working, and I'll be like, you have a Ferrari here,
and so I need to get this off my chest. In my defense. Right, I run multiple VMs on my Mac, remote desktop.
Right, and
SQL
we know
clients,
this. Nobody. It's not about your defense. It's about MacBook users' defense. Have you?
So you getting a MacBook to run Windows? How do I make it sense?
No, not Windows, Linux VMs, and Mac is Unix based, so you're more.
It's easier to run the commands.
It's easier to run.
That one native command line. But in your experience, other people that have Macs, not in your tech sphere, Akeem, have you seen them using it with a high level of technical capability? Not really. And even for like video editors and thing, if somebody buy a real spec'd out one for video editing and they do the video editing, that is all they do. They just open up that thing, open up Final Cut Pro, and they edit video. But if they have to do anything else with the settings, change something happen. I once had to show somebody how to open up external hard drive on their Mac because they had a terabyte hard drive or a 2 terabyte hard drive, and they used to do everything on it. And the moment they had to plug in an external hard drive, they had no idea how to open it up.
Like just to go to Finder.
Yes, I'm telling you. Because what sometimes what a video editor knows is they know the software. So they know, open up the MacBook, press the software, and there are some people who does open up Finder and drag things into the software. No, the person that I was dealing with was doing everything from inside Final Cut Pro. So like opening files from inside the thing now. So it was literally like a one trick pony. And that's cool. No problems at all. I really don't care too much. Like whatever tools you have to use to get done. But when I deal with a Windows user knows how to do like stuff probably by force. Like there was probably some glitch or something that happened and they had to Google it, and the Google probably tell them go in control panel or go in settings and change this and change that, and then they realize, oh, there's a settings, we could go here, oh, we could do this or we could do that. And generally if I think about it, just by the force of Windows being buggy, you have to learn how to do more things. That I would say that, because Windows is buggy. But Windows 11 don't really do me anything wrong. Anywhere close to the recent past. But granted that I just the updates that's killed me. Like I just come back and be like, oh, you restarted. Okay. At least Chrome does remember all of the tabs I was open before. So MacBook Neo, I'm not recommending it to anybody other than the same reason that I would recommend a cheap Windows laptop for, which is web browsing, documents, and that's it. Web browsing and documents, and maybe Zoom calls, online classes. Because I have to recommend laptops to students all of the time. And if they ask me for a good cheap laptop, I could probably say, yeah, you could get a MacBook Neo if you want to. If you want to try that out. If you feel like you want to go in the ecosystem. If you have an iPhone and you want to get a Mac, then you get a MacBook Neo, because that will think. Oh, it's fully aluminum too. Windows laptops at those price points, they don't come in aluminum, it's come plastic. So that's a big plus. The aluminum chassis, that's a plus, I think. So I think it's a good laptop for the basic things. And the disparity between between Apple dominance in terms of you're rich if you have a MacBook, that this will basically throw it out of the water, and especially for younger people.
Important disclaimer: the company I work for bought my laptop.
And you also have a custom built desktop,
which they also paid for.
That you play games on? Oh my goodness.
Allegedly. It has the capability to play games.
It has a graphics card that is gaming capable. Yeah, let's just leave it there. Alright, thank you. Let's recap. Our recap for today is we spoke about the health ministry. Sorry. Health Ministry approved drug database. The database is cool. Database is nice, but McKellar thinks that it won't exist after the next general election if the governments change. Okay, I
like how I was the only person who didn't say that.
That's what me and Akeem think. McKellar was just like, she was looking for Adderall.
For me, I didn't really say what I think, but it could go here. It could. What I said is if it was something that started on the previous government, if the government changed, then it have a chance.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing is contactless payments going up is good. I thought that it was good, and I think that is a good direction for us to go. That people starting to use their chip cards, and I can't remember what all I was thinking now. I was talking so much.
Yeah, same along the same lines. Yeah.
Same thing, yeah. And MacBooks are cheap now. I'm happy with the fact that the MacBook is cheap and it has the ability to do the basic things, and I'd really have no problem with it. If you want an entry-level MacBook, it's possible now, and that's a valid option. But MacBook users tend to be not as intuitive technologically. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that was what McKellar said. For sure, that is what she said.
Yes.
I just phrased it a little more softly.
Diplomatically,
Yeah, diplomatically. Akeem, what you and you good with the MacBook Neo for entry level?
Yeah, this one, like the other day, my wife said she was thinking about getting a laptop, so I might be like, hey, can I get
Oh
this?
gosh, she go and make the whole family MacBooks now. iPad, iPhone, MacBook. Then you go put the Apple sticker on the back of the car.
No.
Yeah, once they put the Apple sticker on the back of the car, you just be like, all right, you just stay right where you are. Stay right where you are. I thank you all for listening and viewing. Those of you all who view, the 5 of you all. Let's wrap it up now. My name is Andre Charles. I am on the internet at Make It Simple TT and at Trini TechCast and at all the other places. It's exam season, so I'm doing a lot of exam videos. So you might see me in different places on different accounts, but that's just throwing something at the wall and seeing what sticks and hopefully make some money from it. Like the $46 that we make per episode on the podcast. Yeah, that's me. McKellar, I'll put in the middle to say hi.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Keller_Noel. You can find me on LinkedIn at McKellar Noel. Yeah, those 2 places. I never ended up making a TikTok for Carnival. Oh well.
It was just too much. You know. You would have too much to manage.
Yeah.
I understand. And your new phone and really make for that to make to like hold plenty pictures.
Exactly, and I'm already around to storage. Well, no, iCloud storage.
Everybody runs out of iCloud storage by day 2. By the time your WhatsApp back up, like
5 gigs. I end up paying for the $1 one thing the other day.
Right, that's full.
That full?
Yeah.
That is 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes?
It's like 50 gigs. The $1.
50 gigs.
50 gigs.
Oh, 50 gigs.
I think so,
okay.
yeah. So I had to upgrade to the $10 thing. I not paying $10.
So your actual phone storage full already or just the iCloud?
No. Just the iCloud, because it also had from my old phone as well when I had a iPhone 7 back in the day.
Okay.
Let me see. How much? What's my storage
That's
for?
wild, you.
So you just back up your photos to iCloud?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, right now my actual iPhone, I'm using 150 gigabytes.
What?
Out of the 1 terabyte?
Out of 256 gigabytes. And I got the
my
phone last year, November.
I
Nah!
have my phone over 6 years. And I know I'm like 125.
My phone is 5 years old and I ain't cross 100 and I have about 256.
Let me tell you. Okay, so photos. Oh, how? Good Lord. Nah, photos
It's 6
is
years
42
old. It's 6
gigabytes.
years old. Like, what you mean? She scoffed at. You see, that is the Apple thing, you know. That is the Apple tax. You just had to pay that everywhere you go.
Talking about MacBook. She have it with the iPhone.
So photos is 42 gigabytes, WhatsApp 17 gigabytes, iCloud iCloud Drive 15 gigabytes. And then, we're just going down the line.
Y'all, the show was not supposed to end like this. This is not scripted. Not scripted. How WhatsApp is 17 gigabytes? What?
Yeah, like what?
You are auto downloads on WhatsApp? Or?
Yeah, for the most part. But I tend to delete things if it annoys me. But
Me auto downloading nothing on WhatsApp because people send me a whole set of trash all the time. And I'll be like, I'll watch your video if I need to. But alright. Wrap up then.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Akim_Tech. Redbit _Tech. And you could find me on LinkedIn as well. Akim there. If LinkedIn is your thing.
If it is your thing. Alright, well that's it for today, folks. We will see you all next week on the Trini TechCast. Thank you for listening and share it with somebody. Subscribe, share, subscribe, like, share, yes.
I think we need
That's
to
so,
we need to end.
Yeah.
That's so cringy. Alright, later on, we're gone.